Homework U11b question 2. We've got an integral to do, the integral of x minus 1 natural log x dx between the values of 3 and 1. It's a show that question, so we've been given our answer and we need to show that this comes out as 3 over 2 log 3. We have to decide what integration method that we are going to do for this, and the first thought should be that we have a product between two terms. Most of the time when you have a product you want to be using the method of integration by parts. For that to work we need to have a term that we can differentiate and a term that we can integrate. Now x minus 1 can be both differentiated and it can be integrated without causing us any difficulty. Natural log x can be differentiated without any problems. Integrating it is much harder. Ordinarily, if you're doing integration by parts, it's the polynomial part that you want to differentiate and set as u, and the other part that you want to set as dv dx and integrate. Logs are the exception, and if you're going for the integration by parts method, which we should do in this case, we want to set u as natural log of x and dv dx as x minus 1. So we can differentiate, and du dx gives us 1 over x. And we can integrate, and v gives us x squared over 2 minus x. My formula for integration by parts is that if I have to integrate u dv dx with respect to x, that I get uv minus the integral of v du dx with respect to x. So in this case, my integral of x minus 1 log x between 1 and 3 is equal to uv x squared over 2 minus x lots of log x, and because I have limits I need to put those, sorry, wrong number there, put those limits in, take away the integral between 3 and 1 of v du dx, which is 1 over x lots of x squared over 2 minus x. So this can simplify. I've still got the integral between 3 and 1 of x squared over 2 minus x log x, but I'm integrating x over 2 minus 1. This is the point where you might realise that actually integration by parts isn't the correct method if this integral that you've got to do isn't one that you can do. Watch out for other tricks like a substitution that you have to throw in or a trig identity, but in this case I've got something that I can integrate without any problems. So still got the same term as before. Only now I've got between the limits of 3 and 1. Sorry, there's an error there. It should be x over 2. X squared over 4 minus x. All that's left to do now is to plug the limits in. If I plug in 3, I get 3 over 2 log 3 plus half log 1. Log 1 is 0, so that term is going to disappear. Minus, bracket, minus 3 over 4, can work this out in a calculator, minus another minus 3 over 4. So these two terms are going to cancel each other out. This term comes out at 0, and so I just get left with 3 over 2 log 3, which is as required.